And for 55 years, Meals on Wheels people has been making sure homebound seniors get the food and friendship they need, and none of that would be possible without the work of volunteers.
That is so very true. If you're looking for a great way to give back, volunteering with Meals on Wheels people could be exactly the calling you're looking for. Joining us this morning is CEO of Meals on Wheels people, Suzanne Washington, to talk all about their mission. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, good to see you.
You know, Suzanne, we talk about the great work that Meals on Wheels people does all the time, but we don't always focus on the volunteers that make that happen. How integral are volunteers to the work you do?
They are the most important thing, really. Without volunteers, we couldn't do half of what we do. They are amazing people. They give of their time freely and passionately, so we couldn't do our work without them.
I mean, what does a day in the life of a volunteer look like? You know, some people, when they say, you know, I don't know if I have the time to give, but it's much more manageable sometimes than people realize.
Yes, you can do anything from like an hour a month to hours every week. So it really depends on the job. There's delivery jobs where you're delivering possibly once a week, or if you're part of a business or a family, you can do it with a partner and say, I'm going to do it every 3 weeks. So there's anything from packing in one of our sites, preparing the meals for somebody else to deliver, working in our kitchen slicing vegetables. There's all sorts of things.
Yeah, I've had a chance to work on a few different points of the assembly line, getting meals out to seniors in the community. And for a while, I was able to do a couple hours a week helping pack meals for families. I've been a volunteer delivery driver before, and that's about a couple hours dropping off, you know, half a dozen meals. But what I loved about it so much was that it's more than just the work of getting all this food together. It's that connection. It's getting to check in on someone and make sure that they're okay, that they have a friendly face to see during the day. And that's huge for homebound seniors.
It is huge. It is one of the most important things. They need food to thrive and to live, but without human connection, it's not going to work. Being isolated in your home as an older person, it's equated to smoking like 15 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Both on your physical health, your mental health. So the volunteers make a huge difference. Knocking at their door, just checking on them for 5 minutes. We also have volunteers who make wellness check calls, who make friendly chat calls, which is also huge. It may be just 10 minutes on a phone, but it makes a big difference in an older person's life.
Yeah. What is the need for volunteers right now? Are you looking for them?
We always need volunteers.
Okay.
So we need people to deliver. We need people to volunteer on those friendly chat calls. We also have a new program where we train volunteers to go into the home and help an older person figure out what's going on with their technology, with their device,
there
right?
you
That's
go.
really
Their iPad
a
doesn't
good
work
idea.
anymore.
Set up the universal remote, stuff like that.
Really help them thrive because they're staying connected. We had a woman who talked to her family on Skype back in Slovakia.
Wow.
And Skype shut down, right? Overnight.
Yeah.
So volunteer can go in, help get her on a new platform and able to communicate with her family. So always need volunteers. Summer's no different than winter, right? We just need people to do anything, like I say, an hour a day, once a week. You could deliver 5 days a week if you'd like.
Sure.
So we always need everybody.
Absolutely. I'm sure you hear all the time just how impactful it can be. You know, stories like that, and helping someone connect with their family on the other side of the globe. That's crazy.
Yeah. We had a friendly chat volunteer who called a woman, chatted for 10 minutes. That woman then signed herself up to a friendly chat call, and she said it saved her life. Just having people to talk to, you know, you got to like to talk on the phone for that one.
Sure.
And just a few minutes on the phone every day with her calling other homebound older people has made just a huge difference in her community and her life.
I mean, you do such a good job of focusing on the details, right? Those are situations I wouldn't think about necessarily being involved in. You know, you think about the meals themselves, but the effort to make sure that human connection is there is so appreciated. With that said, we can always learn more at the Standard Expo too, coming up. Anything you'd like to highlight with the Expo coming up in the fall?
Standard is a wonderful partner, and they do an expo for all sorts of organizations. And for us, it's getting out there and showing us our love for Standard, and bringing people the opportunity to come down, visit, find out all the opportunities, talk to somebody and say, well, I can only do this on certain days. We'll work it out. So it's just a great event to be able to check out opportunities.
Yeah, get all your FAQs answered.
Totally. I said the fall. It's in September. I think it's still summertime in that part of September because it is September 4th over at Pioneer Courthouse Square. So like you said, go ask those questions then, too.
It'll be here before we know it. Well, Suzanne, thanks for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Share our thanks to all the volunteers for all the wonderful work they do with Meals on Wheels people. They are awesome. awesome.
Great to
If
see
you
you.
would like to be one of those awesome volunteers, again, you can learn more as you connect with more than 100 local nonprofits at this year's Standard Volunteer Expo. Coin 6 and Portland CW are proud media partners of the 17th annual event. Mark your calendars for Thursday, September 4th at Pioneer Courthouse Square. You can learn more about the many amazing nonprofit volunteer opportunities right in your community.
Time is 8:12 and